buenos dias, buenos tardes, and buenos noches, mi amigos, and good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody all around the world, and thank you for joining us today for another Left 4 Dead 2 competitive shoutcast. My name is MK, I'll be your caster and cameraman for today, and I am running with, once again, Nine. How's it going, my friend?
I'm doing great, MK. We are here with, I would say, the match of the week. We do have GOAT versus Akori on the horizon that we're looking forward to this weekend as well, but definitely one of the matches where uh, we're going to have people upset they missed it, trying to get the VOD, DMing you, MK, where's the VOD? Where's the VOD? Because it is Fear Factory versus Ascendant. This is like an all-timer match right here that we've got, and an all-timer campaign as well with the Hard Rain Downpour, and I am very excited.
Yes, so am I. This is going to be battle of some of the undefeateds to see who can stay without losing. There are 6 teams left. These are 2 of them. Question mark, Yatakarasu, Iridescent, and Akori are the other ones. You already talked about Akori and Iridescent, and all those matches look like they're going to be scheduled for tomorrow. There's also going to be some others from another cup, but for now we're going to keep it here. This is what we're going to be doing. The GLHFs have already gone out. We're going to have a tag spawning at 43% now, and we're just a couple of seconds away from getting this going as soon as Kryja readies up.
Yeah, we've got absolute just
Not
ridiculous
Kryja,
banter going on in the chat. We've got Chris saying everyone have fun except for Discreet, and then Discreet responds by forcing Noro to increase his ping by 8 before they begin, and we will be able to begin.
And here we go, dog. We're started off. One of the matches, the undefeated teams battle it out. Who will keep the 0 and whose O's got to go? Let's see. The jockey chases them off the rooftop. The jockey alone, and it is going to be, I'm not sure if that's Fincy, or I'm not sure which one's Bravo. I'm pretty sure that's Fincy's jockey. Oh, there's the pull down. The Charger walks in. Not going to get anything, and that is their first attack shut down. And Fear Factory not taking too much from the opening hit with the spit and all. Just 2% and change coming out.
Yeah, the guy with the name that looks like Earho or something like that is in Russian. That is Fincy, and WTF Did I Do Man is Bravo. Speaking of him, he is going to be the tank in about 10%. And we do have one more hit before that. Charger, Jockey Hunter, and a boom here on Hard Rain Downpour. Of course, it is rerouted a little bit through this area. They're going to have to go around, hop over the camper. In the meantime, the rocket spawns will be available, potential back spawns as well, but they're not going to have to worry about some kind of long-range smoke on the back or something like that, because they don't have a smoke. Still going to be a pretty big hit, obviously missing the spit with the boom, but they can definitely make it work. And one thing important here is, you know, we're 1% from the tank, so they don't choose to hold it. They do go ahead and send it. They get a hunt. They get a jog just for a moment, not too much, MK. Reloading. And they are going to go ahead and bring in that Bravo tank.
Yeah, it is the first one of the game for Ascendant, and he's going to make way, hitting his toys in play. He's going back for his first sedan. And it looks like the survivors have already retreated over the concrete mound into safety as he brings the first sedan in decent position. Not bad to make a play. And back to Bravo. Bravo is a long-time community member, probably all the way back from 2010, maybe even a game release player. So he has been around, played in quite a few cups, and he is still here grinding it out with Ascendant this season. One of America's, or North America's finest at one point, trying to make it, put another win in his belt here now. And it looks like they're holding this support, and I don't know if they're going to try to play long now. What do you think?
That's actually a good question. I feel like no matter what you try to do with this tank, you're definitely disadvantaged against the survivors. Normally, we do see here on Hard Rain Downpour, we do see teams take it over to the save for less, and the survivors just go inside the save for less. That's not going to be Fear Factory's strategy, and I don't mind it. I mean, as you can tell, the cars are really hard to get in. He's got to hop through. He's taking some time to get through. Look at the windows. It's helping Ellis so much. He's so easily able to escape, hop back in. It's like they're playing DBD, and this killer is getting looped. He's already half HP. Finally, the Hunter will catch for an early hunt into the Rock Punch 1-2, but he's already down below 1,000. He's got one more punch, and then he is down. Hydro still alive.
That'll keep me tight.
And not that much damage taken either.
No, but Nick, I gotta be honest with you there. Now, if we do a quick run back, oh, the boomer tries to spawn, gets nothing, and they're just gonna sack to a better hit. But the tank chased Alice out of the window for a minute in front of a car, and he had to run around the side of the building back through the window. And none of the SI jumped on him to help Bravo out. And Bravo went for the car to think somebody would help him, and they did not. So I think there was a little bit of a misplay there by Ascendant. If they could have grabbed Ellis, that might have been a free in cap. But instead, it's 3 hits, like you said. 79% left on Fear Factory. And let's see what they could do to hit post-tank here, now. Coming up on the alley choke point.
Really interesting engagement for Hard Rain Downpour here at this area. You've got a lot of options as far as what you want to do on the survivor side. It's up to the Special Infected to meet the survivors where they're at. So they have to be ready to pivot at a moment's notice, but it does look like Fear Factory is kind of positioning for it. Smoker's good, but that's it. Charge not able to find a target. They'll just run through the spit, trying to push it through, but Chris is stuck on the other side. I don't know if he took damage through that. There was a lot of noises happening at the same time there, but it was kind of funny to watch, and we do have the alarm car, which they should be able to get around. It looks like they'll probably be fine. Yeah. And it is going to be a Smoker Hunter Jockey Boom. Normally this would be a great choke point area with the stairwell inside the house, but MK, they don't have a spit, they don't have a charge, they don't really have a lot of the tools that they would want for a stairwell hit. They are going to go ahead and send it in early. Catches them off guard, actually. Jockey gets some ticks, Hunter gets some ticks. I think they got just about as much damage as they could have hoped for in that area.
Yeah, the 2 cap in the back was so close, and all the Smoker got cleared at the same time the Hunter landed with the Jock in the front. If that was maybe half, I don't know, maybe half of a millisecond sooner, it might have actually landed 2 in the back, who knows. But it ends up being a quick clear, and 30% of the bonus is all that's missing off Fear Factory. And they're looking to put up a ginormous score with this 2-2 coming in with a Smoker and Charger. I know they want to land this charge spit before they get in to get that bonus down to about 60%. What a rocket boom coming in around the corner, but unfortunately it doesn't get the double proxy. And I don't see any comments coming in whatsoever. Okay, and they should just be able to push it in. And here comes the bait, maybe. The Smoker pull in the back. They might run and charge it. The Charger misses. And now the Smoker is alone, being hunted down. And they're going to walk in with 69 bonus null. Right on the money.
Yes, they are.
They quit blitzed out the Hunter quick.
I mean, what do you think, MK? Almost 70% of the bonus, 1256 on the first chapter. That's kind of blowing my mind. Of course, it is important to keep in mind that's not the most favorable tank. And also, Chapter 1 can kind of be a gimme compared to the remainder of the campaign. But still a lot of points to be putting up.
That is big, no. That is...
It is very big.
Quite a big score. I mean, map 1 is worth 500 distance, so it's a little bit more than the normal not No Mercy, Hard Rain. So that is one thing that is important to take back. That's how they scored that many points. If it was worth a little bit less now, I still think they hit 1,000 though on a 400 distance map for sure. So that's putting their stamp down, and Ascendant's gonna have to reply to this, and they're gonna have to reply with a pretty decent bonus and take this tank well. We'll see how the first hit sets the momentum. And also, shout out to Sickleplut to 9-0. Let's go.
Shout out to you as well. Much love to the rest of the chat. Hope you all are enjoying so far. We got the Hard Rain Downpour. Are we going to have anything crazy? We got the Smoker. We got the Charger. Okay, look at the setup here. Smoke pulled out into... Don't do it to him. Don't do it to him. Don't do it. He just did it to him. Gray just in the water. He just took a dip and drowned. Swimming lessons. You know, swimming lessons. They're cheap, typically very affordable, and it might just save your life.
Okay. That is a depth charge going out to Kryja, swimming on the Charger's head. They find the target. I'm pretty sure Kryja's not very happy right now. But for now, it's going to be 3 survivors going on. Can they survive this tank and survive tank with points? Or can they survive the tri-cap? The Hunter lands, it's a 2-boom. The Jockey finds a target. Oh my goodness, they almost get wiped. And they managed to get the clears, and this is a disastrous start for Ascendant. And they spawn the tank with all the commons, and they are pushing into this.
They are.
And this is aggressive, and I think they're going to end up with this being a wipe for sure. Let's see what happens as Nick is in a really bad blow. My goodness! Smoker pull onto Ellis in the back, not going to get cleared, and it's only a matter of time. Hank is in, down to 4,300. Noro is trying to corral the last two survivors up. They're not going to clear that Smoker at all. They're trying to get back to him, but all these commons are up. The Hunter lands. Rochelle cannot get the clear, and Rochelle is backing into a car. The Charger comes in, he misses, and he's going to be able to clear his friend, and this is going to be heck of a... Oh, he kills the Hunter, but it doesn't matter. Discreet will die here. And what are we watching now? What is going on?
Yeah, it's important to save your friends. Like you have to be looking out for your friends. This is definitely an unfortunate round for Ascendant. They're going to be losing by over 1,000 points after chapter 1, and like 1,130 or something. A lot of points. I mean, it's funny because I was actually looking for time to squeeze in comments on how similar these teams are, right? I mean, I don't know everything about everywhere where these players are from, but both of these rosters have been reformed. They're not really the exact same rosters that we would have seen, for example, in 2024. We've got Russian representation on both of them. We've got, I believe, the NA representation as well. There's actually a lot of, strange enough, a lot of similarities between these two teams. But the scoreline and the Chapter 1 performance, worlds apart.
And here we go
to Chapter 2.
Yeah, they're going to go out now, but I don't think they're going to hit till they come out in the open. There's an early tank, though, so that is beneficial for Ascendant and all. So they can actually bounce back from this with a wipe and making bonus. And that is almost as early as you can ask for due to the situation at hand. 1275 so far on the Survivor team, being Fear Factory, going up against Ascendant's 119 after one map. See what happens with the opening set of spawns. Tricap with the boomer, and here they rock it in. Smoker pull, Charger does cover. The jockey got melted though, so the damage won't be much. So much that the slam doesn't even come out. Good clear.
The damage isn't crazy, but that hit looked good out of Ascendant. I mean, it looked like a solid hit. The SIs are landing, almost getting a smackdown with the charge, almost able to pull, combine a multi-cap situation there. Not ultimately coming to a ton of fruition, but we do have Krycha, who is one of the most well-known Polish players on the scene. I personally want to call him the Polish Phenom as well. And we do have the car, which is going to try to hit into play. Normally, I mean, like on classic Hard Rain, a big switch up has been trying to run past this tank when he goes for the car. But with this on Hard Rain Downpour at this area, this is going to be such a tricky spot for the tank to deal with. As you can see, you've got the huge, where these like concrete bricks that they're going to be able to drop on either side of. It's going to be tough. Like the hittable will be beneficial, but it's going to be tough to be able to squeeze it into some of these spaces. And we'll see what Ascendant can do. They really need a good tank here, MK.
Yes, he does, and this is going to be Karaja's commit. He doesn't like where the car is. He's just going to leave it. He wants damage. And he chases the survivors off, puts them by the car. The support spawns up. The Charger lands. The Smoker takes the same target. He goes for the car. Oh my goodness, it just misses him. And he banks all of the money on that shot. And unfortunately, he's going to die off with only one punch. And Ascendant, it's not looking good and all. Only one hit comes out from Krycha's tank.
Discreet, his teammate, laughing in all caps in team chat. I mean, you hate to see things go this south for Krycha to go from a death charge into this really unfortunate tank because, you know, he's such an active guy in the community. He's always just being extra and ridiculous to the benefit of majority of people around him. Today it's so far it's just not been it for him, for the rest of the team as well. The question is, how much is it him and how much is it the rest of the team? This is a beautiful hit, able to stumble through the spit, keep him trapped in the spit. But the thing is, the tank was so bad that there's still 1,600 points on the board.
Yeah, the tank, it was unfortunate. He was not able to get anything. He banked everything on the punch, on the ricochet with the car. The first hit just put it way out in the open wide. I know he didn't want that, but he thought it was the better route to chase him out. He pops the tank or the car back over. It just comes up a little short. But their special infected after did great damage post-tank, so if they can line up a couple of those special infected attacks in a row, maybe they could bounce back and get that bonus down to 0, would still have opportunity to come back in this. But let's see how they take this choke point coming down here. The Hunter actually just fell down, and they're just going to ring around the Rosie, and they're ready for it, though. And they let him go. They don't send anything yet. The Boomer backs off. The Hunter looks like he wants to come around the corner. Here they go. The Jockey comes in. The Jockey lands. The Hunter lands as well. The Smoker does, but nothing lands at the same time. Kind of just 1, 2, 3 unison with each other. But they still get some respectable damage, down to 70%. So they do get something out of it now, but not probably as much as they wanted. They wanted more.
Yeah, these hits are actually landing for Ascendant. But Fear Factory still, something. I feel like especially me, has been talking negatively about Ascendant, but there's also something that's really positive to be said about Fear Factory. Like I said, they're kind of a reformed group, but they are really looking like a cohesive unit. Crossing their T's, dotting their I's, getting the death charges, avoiding the hittables. It's a team effort, and they are really putting in work right now. We do have the massive hit, one of the cruxes here of Chapter 2, and we've got a huge hit on it. No smoke, which can often be very good, but still, a massive hit.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity for damage. And not only is it good for damage, but if somebody gets pounced on the top level and gets clear and all, if the Jockey and Charger can make something happen, you can get ledge hang. Reset somebody all the way down to the bottom with an end cap is also a possibility. But let's see if they can take this corner pretty well. Fear Factory only lost 30% of their bonus. Hunter's giving away its location. Ellis looks like he wants to come get it. Here it comes. The Hunter comes. The Charger rockets down. They go for the ones on the bottom. It's the spit. They're just going to take the spit damage. They don't go for anything fancy. And it's an end cap, too. Wow, I didn't expect Hydro to go down. They get the rest of his green bonus. And it is indeed double-digit damage again, 12%. And I believe they'll get 2 or 3 more hits. Now, if they can get 3 more of those, that'll be reasonable to make a comeback.
Hey, they're making it work so far. They've got a lot of work left to do, as there is still 778 points of bonus. But we're headed into the sugarcane fields. The action really doesn't stop here at Chapter 2 until the safe room doors are closed. From this point on, once this door gets opened up, is all action. Double boom will land. I don't know if they're going to have a spit or a quad, but regardless, Ascendant is going to be patient, waiting for Discreet. And they've got another hit coming their way. If there is any place to wipe away 778 bonus, it certainly would be a field quad on either of the hard range. So let's see it.
It looks like that's exactly what. I don't know if they're going to wait for the field. I think they might try to make a play on the stairs.
Interesting. Okay.
And I'd rather go for the play on the stairs, to be honest with you, because you can get an end cap, and if you don't land the quad, at least you'll have an opportunity for a hit on the other side of the cornfield if it goes pretty well. Let's see when they choose to throw the trap. And maybe they're in a bad situation, the survivors right now, and they're going to go for it. Here comes the Jockey. Here comes the Hunter. The Smoker lands.
Dude.
Oh, the Charger misses. The Smoker just missed. I thought he landed. And unfortunately, they get a pull. And nope, they get the kill. And it's going to be a 2-2 post this cornfield. Sugarcane field, I mean, but they're going to make it through. I don't think they get another hit in here.
They don't. It's a heartbreaker for Ascendant, especially getting that double cap on the back, but you have to make all the pieces land, even if they just could have made that Smoker land, and then the Charger would have had more time to kind of think about the situation. You got an isolated smoke target over here that you're kind of defending as well. Regardless, it's going to be a 2-2 with a Hunter and a Jockey. Last chance for Ascendant. They need to make it count. They're already down over 1,000 points after one chapter. They cannot be looking at a 1,300 point follow-up on Chapter 2 from Fear Factory. It's just not in the cards for them. They have to stop it right now. Hunter, not finding a target, pre-spit, out in the middle of nothing, jockey hopping through, a pitiful little jockey just hopping his way, doing the best he can, but ultimately stopped in his tracks, of course. And they do walk in with a lot of points. Not quite 1,300, but a lot of points.
25-40 for 2.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's impressive. So, an Ascendant just putting up 60% won't cut into that 1,000-point delta quite enough. And man, you know me, I like to be as optimistic as possible here.
Right.
And all. I always am, but Ascendant is really gonna have to work on this one, and they're gonna have to play lights out Survivor and get double. Well, you can't get double the bonus that the Survivors had because it exceeds 100%.
Right.
But I think anything less than 80 is just unacceptable at this point. Let's see if they can do. Polish Phenom taking the point with the screen.
Right. The silver lining is these Ascendant players are individual. They're all individual titans. They're very, very good at the game. They're very good at a solo level. Smoke a pull, charge missing, smoke into a jock, gets cleared up quick, and Ascendant does live to fight another day, laying 2% through.
Here is the second tank of the game for Fear Factory into the hands of Hydro. One of the best from the West, looking to get this tank in position to get his cars in play. And he retreats to the back, and it'll be a little while till he can dig it out. Let's see what Ascendant chooses to do. Are they going to stay in the safe ground? It'd be a little too dangerous to run here. No, there is a boomer. Even if they get to the front area and that boom would land, that would be devastating. But they go for damage. No boom. A little bit from the Hunter. Jockey gets M2'd. And Hydro sending the car over, and Ascendant is going to stay put. They are not going to rush. This is interesting. Thought for sure that they would go. I don't know. I don't know about. I thought they had a clean shot to make it forward there when the boomer got popped.
They definitely would. But with this being down for, maybe they're like, we don't even really like that other spot that much, as much as this spot. That's all I can think of. Why risk it when you already feel like you're in a good spot? This is all you, MK.
And he goes in, he punches the car in. Oh my goodness, Rochelle is safe. The tank just splits the Survivors. He's going to take the corner onto Krycha. Hunter will land, gets cleared. And that's, man, they are not shooting him enough. And he's going to be able to get out with Krycha in an alley. Oh no, this is not good at all for Ascendant. And they are not going to be able to pick him up without taking damage.
Yeah, this is like a back alley that like you do not want to go around here. This, I mean, look at this curve. Like you do, and look, he's able to just drop by, get a smack, and go back up to 100%. He's gonna pump grind him. Is that really the play, Hydro? He loses that much HP from it. Goes for a curve rock. It lands. Okay, he's ready to get a jump smack right on top of him. He's still got another HP. He's going to be able to keep this guy in the corner. This is disaster for Ascendant. Hydro finally goes down, but Krycha is dead.
Oh my goodness. Oh, he has nowhere to go. He has to walk through it. Poor Bravo. He lost all of his pills. And again, the Polish Phenom dies off. Back-to-back chapters. Oh my goodness. And Krycha is not... Discreet says 0-2. Oh my god, Discreet trolling Krycha quite a bit. That's actually really funny, I'm not gonna lie, but alright, there's 3 Survivors again here now. Can they survive it? They got a quad incoming, and it all depends on one Fear Factory's gonna send it. The smoker lands, and they get tri-cap, and they get wiped out again, and they're gonna have almost just 10% of the score of what Fear Factory has after 2.
Gotta say that the start of the game where the smoke pull down all the way down, the smoke pulling Krycha all the way down into the charge, that was much more egregious than this chapter 2. But the end result, regardless of the level of egregiousness, the result is the exact same. They continue to dip further down this dramatic downslide. Krycha, I mean, you could kind of see, you kind of had that feeling, you know, when you saw Krycha getting hit deep into this alleyway. It's like, oh, that they're not getting him back. And with the amount of HP that was left on the tank on Hydro, um, he was doomed. I mean, that was a death sentence for Krycha. And the fact that they didn't really recognize that and they tried to save him, that got them trapped up in it too. Regardless, though, even if they didn't, the quad lands right away, MK.
I'm sorry. I am trying to recover from him saying 0 and 2 to him.
That's crazy.
That has me rolling.
That's
so funny.
crazy.
But all right, the Charger, Spitter, Jockey, Hunter on the come out. They come out of the safe room, out of the gas station. Woo. All right, when they want to say, Ascendant. Last time I had this I was this bad was a Kryja cast, and the Charger is not even close. Hunter does not find. Eventually, does find a target. The Spitter does not, and this Charger with 45 HP will wait for a despawn, and Tank will be coming in at 57%. And I believe we all pretty much understand the outcome of this match is going to be, but let's see how much more entertaining it could be, because it is not disappointed. Let me tell you that.
It definitely hasn't. It definitely hasn't. You never know when games can sneak up on you either. Definitely don't have the feeling that this is going to be one of them, but that only makes it more ridiculous when it actually happens. I don't know what happened there at the tail end of that engagement, but Nora's health got spiked there at the end, and they do end up losing 3%. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a Charger, Hunter, Jockey Spit with rocket spawns. Pretty damn good hit, but they at least get something for it. We do go here into a 3-1 with a boom, Smoker, Jockey, Charger. Question is, when does Ascendant want to hit? Do they want to get the big money moves here, MK? Because you know what can happen if survivors try to jump here, if they try to, you know, certain things, they can get caught. They can, for some serious damage.
Yes, shout out to old school team when Serial. They gave us all the reasons to remember to hold your space bar if you jump over that ledge. And they bait the Smoker out, though. That's all they get. He's not in a good position, though. No, he's on the bottom of the ground. He's not going to get anything. The Charger was too late. Oh, he almost timed that beautifully. Unfortunate for him, whoever that was just a millisecond left of getting a double charge off the top. That might have even been an in cap, no. A double off of that, but that's how close it could be when you try to make that choke point without a spit. It's very difficult to capitalize. A beautiful take by Fear Factory getting into this tank with only 5% bonus down, and they slow it down here to make sure the commons are clear, that there is no problem going into this tank. And remember now, we talk about how long it'll take for commons to get in when you land booms here, and long enough for the tank to get a full hit if he sacks the boomer while he's up. But they go in anyways, and they get a couple dings, but this will be tank time now.
Right now, we see Ascendant going for very risky moves with a low chance of payoff. And when I word it that way, it might seem like I'm implying they're making some kind of mistake, but actually I think it's a sign of the team playing really well. Look at this. Man, Fear Factory is completely caught off guard. Fincy's going to go straight in for Coach. This is certainly not a low potential success. This is a very high potential, 3,700 HP with the boom. The thing is, though, all the SIs are dead, but a double smack with commons wrapping around the player that he continues to chase down. Hikaru, no, he is going to go ahead and rotate, and they are going to slow it down. Despite the commons, you know, he's got no more SI support. He was kind of, you know, just getting rotted down, 1,900 HP left, so he does decommit, which I like. It hits Fear Factory pretty damn hard, harder than a normal tank at this area would. But Fear Factory still get off with their lives. They don't have to play this perfectly. They just want to make safe room with some bonus. And they laser down the tank. That hits a non-factor, and that's that. And what I was saying about Ascendant, you know, taking the gamble, basically, rolling the dice on plays that are typically not going to work, is a thing that, you know, you're so in the hole right now that I actually think that they're making really strong strategic decisions by rolling the dice, by recognizing that they're at this point where they have to try to take these major risks and try to get that double charge, triple charge, the in caps, try to do those crazy things.
And now they have to go inside the factory, which is probably the most difficult choke point they have to take. They don't have the best spawns for it, but they can make this work if they can hit them on the transition in. Probably on the transition out won't be as fruitful, so they got to be risky here. And they go for it, and they get baited hard, but they do land the charge spit, so it's not all for loss. And he's under the stairs, so he has to run out of it. So Hikaru has to pop his pills, and they should be able to keep going about 10%er. But still, look at that bonus now, 797, and they only have one more chance for damage. And they're going to be close to 4K after 3. Extremely impressive.
Like, that is just unheard of. It's a lot of points. Fear Factory has been laying it on thick. This chapter, you know, especially the tank fight, they could have done better, but they don't have to do better. Here goes. Oh, no, don't do it to him like that. They will be able to survive that quad and walking into the safe room with 1,300 points overall for the chapter.
That was actually pretty close at the end there.
That was scary.
Yes, it was.
Way too scary.
But still, 83. I mean, 38-40 now. I have a hard time reading it because it doesn't make sense to me.
yeah, it defies the brain's level of understanding. It's more than you would really ever expect, especially between these two teams. This theoretically should be a close match. And look at how quick the ready-ups come out. I mean, they are just going. In comes the hit. Hunt's spit is good. Jockey carrying into the spit for a moment. And there's a nice little 11%er to start off Ascendant's foray into Chapter 3 with, I'm sure, a smile on their faces.
Yeah, and people in chat are saying that there's a digit missing from Ascendant's score.
Yeah.
No, it's people were just coming in here trying to figure out what happened. No, it was a double wipe on Ascendant, map 1 and 2. Kryja gets death charged map 1, and then he gets grinded out. I guess we could say he got pub grinded and all. The very rare occasion you said. And he got in-capped in the worst possible place that you can get in-capped at. You do not want to get in-capped in the alley where the tank literally is on top of the infected ladder where you're laid down.
Right.
Not a good place to be, but all right. No, this is the transition out. Let's see if Ascendant can take it well. All jump, very clean. That is as textbook as it can get. Unfortunately, the clear was a little slow on the jock guy. Kryja is safe, and Kryja lives, no. They cleared him.
He does. He does. Will he survive the tank? You know, we gotta get Kryja into the safe room here. Eventually, I thought that the movement was really good by Ascendant. A great idea with the spit, but unfortunately, just spits a little bit too short, I guess, and it does leave open that safety corner. We've got Hikaru, gonna be the tank. I mean, again, like one of the Russian players for Fear Factory. I think it's really interesting, both sides having North American players and Russian players on the team. It's not really a concoction you see all the time, but one team definitely making it work so far.
Actually, you could put a little bit more lore into this if you want to. They both have.
Let's do it.
They both have European players in it. They both have Russian players, and they both have American players. So if you want to get technical, and the reason I say Russia as an individual one is because, of course, we know Russia could be in Asia or in Europe. So I like to throw that out there as its own, just for a little bit more lore into this game. But let's see and it looks like Hikaru's going to make his way in. There's no bleeding, no point to draw it out. Hits the ground at about 5,300. Survivors looking like they want to retreat back. Hunter looking for the stumbles. They don't get the stumble, but he lands. Charger lands on Kryja. He's not cleared. Oh, he's going to get punched into a double. Oh, poor Kryja again. And now Kryja's going to get cornered. He got his pills off this time, so he's not going to get in-capped. Oh, he missed a punch onto him. And Kryja this time survives the tank. And it looks very, very bright, at least for them making safe room at this point. Good job by Ascendant surviving. And they have the Polish Phenom intact.
Not exactly healthy.
Hikaru looks right at the street and he's like, nah, and turns to Kryja. Alright, double boom on the back is good. The rest of Fear Factory is going to be saving it for the time being. because they are guaranteed a strong 3-1 upcoming. I love the push from Ascendant, trying to keep high tempo. They're going to beat Noro's spawn. So, wow, that actually covered a ton of ground. They're a little bit worried that they didn't beat the spawn, but they did. And they're going to get in. But, of course, there is an entry and an exit, so they are going to be able to hit on the exit if they want. The Go-Go's call, charge, rocket over, missing. Smoke, really quick, and look at Ascendant. They are losing the chapter, yes, but this is the most competitive chapter by far.
All the commons caught up with them. They outran all the commons, and now they caught up, and they get Code Slow, which is going to give them another hit. Rochelle's got to wait for him. And they were about to walk in with like 50% plus, but it dips down to in the 30s. And they're going to have to take one more hit. Kind of a broken attack, though. Boomer's not going to get anything. I don't even know if they get the last spawn in to get much. Charger will land with a fist. Jockey's jumping around like a fool. Hunter's going to come through the window for a scratch. Gets one under Rochelle. And they dip it down to 454. And Discreet bags him. And Noro's like, WTF.
That's crazy. Discreet does apologize, though. Discreet does apologize, and Noro does accept his apology. Wow. But let's focus back in, though, because Ascendant is down 2,500 points. So the apology there, accepting the apology, but I think Fear Factory may have an apology to give to Ascendant after this. Because this has just been a beatdown, no holds barred. I feel like they let up off the gas a little bit on Chapter 3. But as we go into Chapter 4, we got the 26% tank, and we could have a quick wipe-a-roo pretty much right out the gate.
Yeah, now if we want to do, I'll do it for everybody because I know they want to hear it.
We got to have it.
But they can only put up 1280 for this if Ascendant if Fear Factory gets 0, and if you do that math, that is just not quite enough. Even if they got perfect the next two chapters and Fear Factory got 0, they cannot catch up. There is not enough math on the board. Double checking just to be sure. Yes, it is absolutely. They'll come up shy. They get about 2680 or something like that. So right now, this is just for show. And I definitely can't wait for the next chapter toward the end of this half to go, because I'm definitely going to ask if they're going to go map 5 as a joke. Let's see what they say.
That's evil. That is just evil.
I love these guys, but Discreet is going to have the tank for his team. Looking to end it with style.
Yeah, hopefully he can. He's got a bunch of hittables here. The world is his oyster.
Whoa. Ladder punch on the car sends it backwards. Good punch over the bus. And he has all the toys he could possibly want. Wait. Did he just walk through that? You see that?
Yeah, I noticed that.
What?
I was like, yeah, I thought the exact same thing. I didn't say anything. I thought it was just...
okay, it wasn't just me, because I was like, can a survivor do that?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Because that would be broken if a survivor can do that. But Discreet gonna bring his toy. No, he's not. He's gonna leave it. He leaves it over there. I don't know, dog. What do you think of that?
He's second past 20%.
Oh.
This is all he can do. Okay, those cars go wide. Now he's got a bunch of cars in a ditch, and nothing to help him out except for his smoke pool, which he will not capitalize on as Nick is able to drop down before the E-Rock comes out. Discreet B-hops his way over, and down he goes. Doing a very reminiscent of the 404 match, which is standing still there for a moment, accepting that he had been bested in that moment.
So, 3 tanks. 1, 2, 3 Ascended tanks have gotten 1 punch.
Wow.
3 of them, and not mounting to much this time around. And that is going to allow Fear Factory to boost forward with 88.7% of the bonus. And they are about to put up, they could actually put up 5K if they ace this, believe it or not. Hunter finds a target though, the spit will land. The Boomer's going to get the stumble. Yes, it is. Oh my gosh, that's about as perfect as a Boomer you could have right there. Watch it, clip it. That is the perfect timing you can get, maximizing the damage onto Hikaru. And I thought the 5K was possible. So that's going to shut it down right there.
Hey, they do prevent that. They do prevent that. Okay.
I'm reloading.
Survivors, you know, just pressing forward, waiting for the next hit. There is a 3-1, sure. But they're just walking through, trudging through, waiting, saying, go ahead, send it. They're not really slowing down. They're just like, all right, send it whenever you want. We're going to wipe it up. It might not be the cleanest, but it'll be fast and easy. And look at the jump to prevent the hunt stumble. He does get jockeyed. Jockey takes a while to get cleared. Double cap inside the spit. Beautiful damage out of Ascendant.
Oh, 4.5 plus. I'm going to put up 4.7, I think. Maybe 4.8, a little bit over. Let's see what the tally will come up to. Every chapter was about over 50%, if I remember correctly. 48-24. Fear Factory saying, we are here. Almost
We are
putting
here.
up 1,000 points on chapter 4 now. It's crazy.
Yeah, they are certainly in the building. They are not to be trifled with. That much is being shown. Oh no, we've got Chris potentially derailing, saying discreet, don't call finale, please. Okay, we do go to Ascendant here. Wait, we get the R-Wolf name swap. Discreet changing his name to R-Wolf there. And Charger gets a smack. We had some boom action as well, and it's going to be a nice and hearty 90, no, not quite 10%, but close enough. I'll give it to him.
Yeah, they are picking on Krycha, man. I'm telling you.
They hate Krycha.
Oh, this smoker separation.
Dude. Dude.
Look at that. He's still tallying up. Boomer.
No.
Coach is getting destroyed by commons right now. Rochelle is all the way forward. Discreet is going to go push the tank. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he shot the car, but he's not. It doesn't look like he's going to do so. And Chris finally goes back for the car after he loses half of his first pass.
Okay.
And he lost the car, too. Is he going to lose the tank? Oh, he's going to go for that car? I was about to say, is he really going to go for it? He is. Nah, he can't get it. There's no infected ladder up there. I was going to say, no, there's no way he can get it. If he got that car out, that'd be crazy. But it's going to be sedan and car alarm sedan, it looks like. No. Alright, he punches the car. Oh, that was pretty close. He brings the other sedan, and that could trigger a rush forward. No, they can't. They have two people on the ground, but here is Chris's tank. Pushing on Ascendant. Under Priest. Oh, wait. What? He gets a punch onto... Oh, there goes Coach.
Dude.
Coach is in cap. See you later, Bravo. Kryja again gets hit by a car. Smoker gets the pole. And it's going to be another wipe. And Chris is going to go back and just kill Kryja. Oh, no, he's not. Okay, never mind. They spec out for him to let him live. So they show a little mercy. And this is going to trigger Discreet just to take off. So now it's going to be Chris. He's going to kill Kryja again. He's going to let Bravo be picked up. Oh, no, he's not. He's letting Kryja live now. And he hits Bravo with the car. All right. There's a boom Discreet in the front. It looks like he's playing with Fincy. Uh-oh. Fincy's going to run into the car, and he realizes it and backs up. And he pops his pills. Charger is not going to let Fincy run. Fincy, oh my goodness! Woo! He goes under the thing. Oh, he eats the Charger. And the GG well plays. And there it goes. That will be Fear Factory getting the victory over Ascendant in a very respectable fashion. 4,824 to Ascendant's 1,347. GG now. GG.